I quit 3 massive games back to back this month. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Silent Hill 2, and now Metal Gear Solid Delta. These are games I was super hyped for. Games that I thought I could sink hours into. But I ended up walking away from all of them. And the crazy part is, I don't regret it at all. Because even though the graphics were stunning, even though the hype was real, the gameplay just did not respect my time. And as a dad with limited hours, that was a huge deal breaker for me. Because look, I'm not a teenager anymore. I cannot just waste time and hours into video games anymore. I got kids, I got a career, I got stuff that I want to do, make money, improve my skills, etc. So when I sit down and play games, that's usually when I've done something hard to earn it. And if I'm going to play games, it needs to be something that I have a lot of fun with. It has to be fun, smooth, and just worth every minute of it. And keep in mind, I usually play the game for about 5 hours before I give up on it or I keep playing it. Because at this stage in my life, I don't try to force myself to play games no matter how much the fans or the critics love or hate the game. Okay, now let's talk about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And man, I am so sad to say this because I did enjoy Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I love the original game. I can't express this enough. I absolutely love the original game. So I was super excited to play Rebirth. The problem with Rebirth is I was enjoying it at first. Man, some of the best graphics I've ever seen. When you're looking at the outskirts and just seeing beautiful, grand graphics, absolutely beautiful. And the gameplay is fun too as well. It's the open world and the amount of mini games you have to play just to get through in progress drove me wild, right? So I actually quit where you're playing as Cat Sight. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing it right, but it's the cat with the big fluffy dude. And you're just trying to throw boxes in order to activate stuff. Oh my God, I was so infuriated because there's a section where there's a moving platform and you have to throw the box into it. And the controls were just so bad that I was like, okay, I am done. And so that's the part where I quit. And before that, there was a side mission that you could do where you're helping a grandma and you're trying to lure the chicken that she lost to the grandma. And I was just like contemplating my existence, like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I trying to lure this chicken to this grandma in this game? What is going on? That's just a boring side mission that I did. But even the other side missions were just not fun or worth it. The open world stops you everywhere you go. Like it has to give you some type of update of what's going on in the world. It just stops you every single time. And it frustrated me so much. And climbing the towers are slow. There's the mini games you have to do where you have to press the button was slow. Climbing was slow. Like just everything about the open world just absolutely was ridiculous and slow. Keep in mind, the graphics and gameplay and the storytelling and the world building is absolutely phenomenal. Like when you walk across the world, you could tell it's alive. People talking, people having conversation, the world is alive. It's just the gameplay was just so slow and frustrating that it drove me crazy. It's weird because I don't recall Remake having this huge issue. And I think it's because it's just the open world nature of Rebirth. I had to quit the game. I was like, okay, I am tired of playing this game. I'm not having any fun no more. Boom, I quit the game. And it sucks because, like I said, I love the series. The original Final Fantasy VII was my first foray into a JRPG. And a quick story, like back then, like I had trouble reading. I did not know how to read. I did not know how to spell out the words. In Final Fantasy VII, because it has a lot of text and a lot of reading, I actually took my sweet time and just like go through the whole game and reading everything. So it actually was a big, huge reason why I know how to read better. And so that's why like it has a special place in my heart. And plus overall, the game was just amazing in general, right? Everything about the game was amazing. The story could be a bit weird, but overall the gameplay was just absolutely fun in the original Final Fantasy VII. After I quit Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, actually look at the storyline on YouTube, and even the story is like multiverse now. Are you kidding me? What's going on here? So they really changed the story a lot too. And I did not like the direction they were going with the gameplay, especially with the open world and the story. So I don't really see myself playing the next Final Fantasy VII unless they change a lot of the gameplay mechanics to it. So that's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That is why I quit that game. Before I go on to the next game, if you agree or disagree with me, hit that like button if you just enjoy me explaining these things, because like I said, I do love video games, and just playing these games and quitting it, I did not want to do it, but I did it. So now let's move on to Silent Hill 2 Remake. Now, I played the original Silent Hill and I loved it on the PlayStation, and I always heard that Silent Hill 2 was a great game, but I missed it. So this was my chance to basically play Silent Hill 2 again, the remake version, which ideally would be better. And once again, graphics stunning, right? The gameplay was just super boring. And because, it's just a simple dodge mechanic. There's a simple melee button. There's a simple shooting mechanic. Like, it was just boring in general, right? It's a slow paced type of game because it's a scary horror game. So it's not really meant to have a lot of action oriented type of gameplay. So this is why I just quit, because I just did not have fun with the gameplay. So that's the easy one. Now let's move on to Metal Gear Solid Delta. Now, MGS3, one of my favorite games in the series. Metal Gear Solid series in general is one, if not my favorite series of all time. I absolutely love Metal Gear Solid. So I played Metal Gear Solid 3, the very original, where it had the fixed camera, not where you have free roaming camera. And I loved it. Now, playing Metal Gear Solid Delta, for whatever reason, it just feels absolutely different from the original. It feels very slow, very sluggish. The way Snake moves, it's just so weird. And the game just felt much harder than I remember. Like, I was getting caught all the time. I was not hiding correctly. I was being seen all the time. I was like, man, I don't remember this game being so hard. And I beat the original multiple times, by the way. And then I come to find out, like, they did something with Snake movement where it's purposely a bit slower, and the way you move around and you hide in the grass and the way you cling onto walls is actually different, because I guess the game engine made his movement different. I stopped at the part where you're fighting, I think his name was Pain, which is the B guy. And my God, the gameplay to go up and down the water and shoot this boss was so annoying and not fun to play. Like, that boss battle was just not fun to play. Even the boss battle with Onslaught beforehand, when you're trying to shoot him, I do not remember the gameplay being like this, like slow and just sluggish. It did not feel good to play. It did not feel responsive. There are a couple of reasons why I think I quit these games so easily now. So I already mentioned that before. I'm a single dad with 2 kids, with a family, with a career. So obviously I have very limited time. So anything that doesn't respect my time, where I'm not having fun, I'm just gonna quit. Another thing is because I have played amazing games that are similar to these gameplay mechanics. So for example, with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and the open world, I was playing Donkey Kong Bonanza and Tears of Kingdom, like open world games that are just amazing, and you have the freedom to go wherever you want. You're not stopping all the time. You're not reading all these texts all the time. You just have the freedom to go wherever you want, okay? And then I played also Clear Obscure Expedition 33, one of the best RPGs I have played in a long time. Amazing graphics, amazing gameplay, everything about that I just absolutely love. So when I'm going from those open world games in RPG, such as Clear Obscure, going to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it's just the drastic difference was huge for me, right? I was like, man, why aren't you using this mechanics from this other game? Why aren't you letting me have the freedom to do X, Y, and Z? I think I kept comparing these different games, and it made me dislike the game even further. It's similar to Silent Hill 2, where I played Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now that was an amazing remake. The gameplay was fun, it was fast, it was modern. Like, to me, that was how you do a remake, and it was just absolutely fun to play. And so in a way, Silent Hill 2 is like a lower version of that. It's much slower pace. It was not fun to play, because I kept thinking about Resident Evil 4 Remake. I was like, man, how did I go from that gameplay to this gameplay? So this is why I quit Silent Hill 2 Remake. And I know that Silent Hill 2 is more horror-based or slower-based, which is why it's like that. But even then, I still quit the game. Now, when it comes to Metal Gear Solid Delta, Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain has some of the best gameplay mechanics ever. The way you dodge, the way you die prone, the way you hide behind covers. Like, it was so smooth and fluid. And I was just so surprised, because I thought that, for what I heard earlier, Delta took the same type of mechanics from MGS5. But for some reason, MGS5 was still much more fluid versus Delta, which was more slow and sluggish. So I think what happened was I played these amazing top tier level games, and then I went to these other games that just the mechanics were not as good or on par. And so I think that's why it made me quit these games much faster. So what I'm saying is, if you enjoyed the game, obviously enjoy the game. Do not let me deter you from playing these games and trying it out yourself, because we like different styles of games. So it's okay if you like that, and it's okay if I dislike it. My lesson would be for gamers, if you don't like the game, it's okay to quit the game. Do not be forced to play the game because of friends or family or critics say that it's the best game ever. And so you're trying to force yourself to like the game, because that happens every now and then when I play this game. It's like, why do people say this game is amazing? Why do people say this and that about this game and I'm not enjoying it? So then I try to force myself to play it for a couple of hours and try to understand it. And also you gotta think about how limited your time is. If you are limited on time because you're a dad, because you're doing stuff, because of career, etc., you just gotta be more thoughtful of how you really wanna spend your time. And I do not wanna force myself or spend my time on games that I just simply do not enjoy or stop liking after a while. So that's, I guess my takeaway is just, if you do not like the game, you don't have to force yourself to play it. And I think one thing I need to do better is watch gameplay before I buy the game, which I already have done. I do watch gameplay obviously before I buy the game. It's just playing it versus watching it obviously is a major difference. So when I finally got to play the game, I was like, okay, it's not as fun as I thought it was. So then I sent it back. If you ever felt stuck, frustrated, or felt like you're wasting your life, check out this next video right here. I'll talk about how I recovered from the hardest run of my life. It's personal, it's real, and it might be something that you need to hear. Click on the video right here once again, and I'll see you over there. Thank you for watching.